Dive.
Sounds good. Hey, we are back at it. I feel like question for Misha: how does Adama approach Udo's house? Does she kind of just stride on up? Is it? Does she?
You know what? Udo probably took at least one servant who knows Adama with her, when she left. So she just shows up in her dining room. Like, if you're gonna show up in my bedroom, I'm gonna show up in your dining room. This seems
right.
Yeah, fair.
You just kind of walk in. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Her lady. Welcomes you in and says she is in the training room. I'll walk you there. And the other thing you definitely notice is that the house guards are not Mozzie house guards. They are fucking Imperial soldiers. They are Imperial Marines. And yeah.
Is that a violation of any sort of treaty?
It's not, but only because, who the fuck would do that? It just, okay. Yeah. I mean, they're allowed to be in small groups, armed, and yeah.
Okay.
It's, yeah. You're assuming she's thought of that, but yeah. Yep.
I'm assuming they're there with permission, and that is the only reason that she's not
Right.
Yeah.
When you get to the training room, of course, she is training. She is doing her knife work. You can tell that she has kept at it while you were away in the scouts, and that she's very good. She is very fucking good with a knife. She is. They are what they call in martial arts training. They are shark tanking her, which means there is a group of people, and she gets a fresh opponent every couple of minutes, and she's taking it to him. She is absolutely taking it to him. And I think it's really ritzy, unsharpened hollow knives that leave holographic cut wounds on you when they cut you, so you've been cut. And they might even have a little bit of metadata attached to them saying this is what the internal bleeding would look like at this point. So she gets done with her 10-minute shark tank, and she gives the bow, and it gives a salute, and wipes her face with a towel and says, sister, did you bring some training clothes? You want to get in on some of this?
Oh, no. That you. I only fight when I'm planning on actually hurting somebody, and I don't want to. So,
how do you see to your training if that's the only?
I only fight when I need to hurt somebody.
Right, but hopefully you're not living a life where people are constantly trying to hurt you, so you would have to practice.
What do you think scouts do?
I don't know. What do scouts do?
We go out in places where there's things that aren't necessarily friendly. So yeah, I'm okay. I don't need to.
All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it a weird thing. But I guess it's out in the air now. If I try to force our sister from the circle, are you going to stop me?
If you step into the circle, I'm not going to stop you.
She smiles yeah, this is what I wanted. Good. I think with the diplomatic moves I've made since you've been gone, I can keep the peace in this planet. Make sure we don't descend into war.
Due upon your nuptials. You didn't even invite me. I think I'm insulted.
Well, you were a little far away.
Sounds like you didn't invite anybody else either.
She shrugs, maybe even like does a rolls her eyes a little bit. Yeah.
So, is he cute at least?
He's handsome enough. I didn't do it out of it wasn't a love match, but I think we both know that and something will grow out of it.
Is that what you wanted for yourself?
I wanted peace, is what I wanted. And so I did what I had to do while our sister did nothing.
So you sacrificed yourself upon the altar of
I didn't
matrimony?
sacrifice myself. It's not a big deal. Love matches are overrated.
I'm just saying, he's an imperial.
There are cultural differences. It's a problem. It can be a problem. She puts up a little hologram of him. She goes, here. And yeah, he's got 10 years on her. He's dashing enough. His name is Captain Jehoram.
How did he even meet somebody like this?
I sought him out during a ceasefire, and we came to an agreement.
You didn't trust Mother to make a good enough treaty that you felt you needed to do all of this?
You weren't here. You were off on some ice planet making, I don't know, maps of tundras. I don't know what the hell you were doing out there, but I did what I had to preserve our planet. And I'm damn well not going to honor any agreement made with a bunch of pirates. And for what? What did they offer?
Oh, you didn't talk to Mother. She certainly thought it was good
Mother
enough.
won't tell me. Neither will sister.
That says something.
She sighs and rolls her eyes again.
So trust apparently isn't going both ways. Good to know.
It is not. Thank you for staying out of it. I didn't want to have to fight you. And thank you for the congratulations. I think you're the only person in the family who's actually said that.
I mean, but yeah. By the time I found out about it, it was a fait accompli.
Is there anything I can do for you? Welcome you back? Throw a party?
God, no. Parties. At least, yeah. Yeah, parties are much more fun when I plan them. No offense. I've seen your parties. They're stuffy.
I'm sorry. We could drink engine room gin out of a helmet if that'll make you feel like you're back in the Scouts. If that's what you want. Is that what people do in the Scouts? I don't know. I'm like getting it mixed up with the Navy. I really don't have any idea what you've done in the last 8 years.
Totally, completely getting that mixed up with the Navy, or actually probably the Marines or the bathtub gin kind of guys. The Scouts are, oh, let's see what this trippy leaf will do. So yeah, some of them are cool. Some of them they rearrange your guts in ways you don't like.
I've got some preparations to get done for the next few days. Is there anything else? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. But, well, the timing couldn't be worse.
I mean, I'm not the one who decided that they're going to throw people into the ring. That was somebody else's idea. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
No love lost there.
Yeah.
Sorry, sister.
There's a mercantile clan shuttle that takes you up to the spaceport where the pirates are.
The Bard's Triumph.
Yep.
The Bard's Triumph, nicely.
That's the name of their ship.
Yeah, I think Captain Chu welcomes you both in, and you get to have a meal with him in the captain's quarters. Older man, one kind of old school Imperial cybernetic arm that snakes back and attaches to his spine so he doesn't pull himself all out of alignment when he uses it. And says, "We're working through the paperwork. Everything going okay?"
So far, so good.
Paperwork wise, everything looks good.
But that's not why we're here at all. And Kari like sits forward. She looks at you like, "Tell me if you're going to stop me, because otherwise I'm going to go." You like we have a bigger. I'm of the Westergaard family. I'm assisting the Brookstone family in recovery of the vessel. But that might all be sabotaged by the Imperials dipping their toes into this before we've recovered it. You know about the line of succession events happening. You're familiar with the family circle.
Yeah. I watched the news. Aiden, who the fuck is this?
This is Carrie. She's here to. He pauses for assist.
Yeah, I'm here to assist to make sure that nothing happens and say the next 3 days. I was thinking the next 10 years, but it looks like we have 72 hours to prevent a catastrophe.
Yeah, I mean the Matzi family's they're gonna knife fight. That's what they do.
And then when
it's a national sport on this planet, for God's sakes.
And then when the younger daughter kills her older sibling and she takes power, and her imperial husband sits beside her, you don't see this as a threat to the deal you just brokered a few days ago? You don't think that like maybe when new people are in power that deal that was brokered might go out the window? I mean, from your experience, she gestures to his arm. How good are Imperials at keeping their deals? Especially deals they didn't even agree to in the first place.
What can I do about that other than go to my shrine and pray?
Mr. Brookson has a great idea about how to get out of this, and then she sits back.
Did you feel that bus?
I like how like Aiden has had this like down home like okay real like easy going thing, and then like Kari comes in and it's just like,
hey, I'm a guest player. I got to stir some shit up. I got to light some things on fire. My goal is to put. Thank you. My goal is to put both Aiden and Captain Shu in a state of heightened anxiety, so that they'll make something happen. So that a deal will be brokered because they feel they have to right now. So that's my whole purpose in this. But yeah, as soon as I say that, I sit back and look to you like.
Yeah, Aiden leans forward. Well, it occurs to me that in 3 days, the elder Mozzie sister is going to stand in that circle for 24 hours, as is tradition. And the middle sister, if she's unavailable or otherwise occupied, she won't be able to show up. And then the succession goes through. When the Baroness eventually passes, it'll pass to the elder sister. She's on board with the deal.
You want us to kidnap The middle sister?
Kind of looks around. I mean, maybe not in so many words. I'm just throwing out hypotheticals that
Kari is sitting behind you, but as soon as he's saying kidnap, she's nodding from behind you. She's like, yeah, that's what we.
Yeah, like in this situation, Aiden's probably being a little more cautious, but I think the captain can read between the lines. I'm just saying.
So next is the part where you tell me that the youngest sister, who's been with you on this deal, has given you the security codes to her building, a secret way in, something. We're not just going in there and with submachine guns and vests and a prayer.
No, that'd be far too loud. This all needs to be done pretty quietly. If anything was to be done, I mean, we wouldn't want anything to be disruptive if it were to happen.
We have one better than that. The younger sister will be dining with her older sister tomorrow night, or in 2 nights, and at her personal residence, which will not have the Imperial Guards, and you'll have an easy entry to come in.
It's like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, I mean, for the deal, we'll do it. Sure.
Sorry, Misha. Now I just made your life harder too.
No. After what
I imagine Kari just texted Adama.
Yeah, exactly.
Under the table.
Yeah,
and was like, "How did things go? You think you could get her for dinner?"
That'll be fun.
Well, also, Kari absolutely would not want to send the pirates against Imperial Guards anyway, because if one Imperial Guard dies, this could still turn into could still escalate badly. Right. So it's good to not have her surrounded by Imperials anyway, or as few as possible at the very least.
If it's just Mozzie guards, then the rest of the family can do what they need to do.
They can suck it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not even a smooth segue at all, but Aiden's just like, so what do you know about this Admiral guy anyway? You're an ex-Imperial.
Yeah, I mean, during the war, you guys, the Mozzies, I mean, he says you guys and just lumps you all into one big thing, right?
Yeah, that's right.
which is wrong. But he says the Mozzies lost a lot of naval engagements, but were very good at getting troops inside of the ships and killing key personnel.
Good to know.
And there was a problem with admirals dying. There was a joke that it was more dangerous to be an admiral than it was to be an
ensign.
Yeah. Something. On the front lines, or even a Marine.
So basically, he just got fast tracked because he was there.
He survived, and he figured out how to stay alive. He figured out how to open communications with the royal family. He figured out how to broker peace, end this thing, or at least put a pause on it.
Hence the marriage. Okay.
We were in trouble. I mean, there's only one other planet in this system that has any good water. So we were porting in water and air from out of system. It was costing an arm and a leg. We were in trouble when that. I mean, I know that the planet was about to break too, but things weren't good. That's why I left.
Captain Shu, can I sidebar with my compatriot for just a moment? And she just turns to you. Doesn't even care.
I think he gets up. He's like, I'm going to use the head. You two do whatever the fuck you two need to do.
He doesn't care.
Brookson, I thought you had established that Uno was the destabilizing factor in this whole base. But everything I'm hearing is that Udo and her recent husband are the ones that are bringing stability and peace here. Why are we fighting them again? I mean, I'm not going to back down right now, but what's the problem with them taking over if they are seemingly wanting the same things we do, which is peace and prosperity in this place.
My deal's not with the Empire. My deal's with the Mozzie family and the pirates.
Udo's still in the Mozzie family.
Yeah, but she won't agree with the pirates' deal, so we don't make any money.
Money versus peace and stability. Always the always the trade-off.
Yeah, I think it becomes very clear that
and is it really peace when it's like setting the planet up for imperial rule? Like like I'm not setting up a situation where like peace is bad. Like I'm setting up a situation where peace is kind of a lie.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make that clear. I'm not doing like a Wonder Woman here where it's like no.
No. That's. I mean, Kari's new to the situation, so she is just like awesome. She's just like.
I think it's also kind of clear, like Aiden's not super interested in the politics of it. Like, there's this giant deal, and he very badly wants it to go through.
Right.
And Udo and the Admiral are just not.
Do we know Udo would not go through with this deal? Is it simply because she hates the pirates, or has she actually been presented with the option and turned it down?
I don't remember. I don't know that she's ever been.
When we spoke about it last, like before this time, she did not seem open to this idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that sounds right. Like, it made it sound like there's no way she would ever give up the duchy or whatever, the planet rule or whatever.
Yeah.
We have 15 minutes left. I want to make sure we have a kidnapping attempt or something before that hits.
Let's cut to that. Yeah, I think we've gotten the information we need.
Definitely. Vaughn's definitely on that squad as an NPC in some way.
Right.
He's definitely helping out.
Is Vaughn Jay's character?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think Vaughn has space flu. Let's just like get him out of the picture. And he is sick and is out for a little bit. Yep. Cool. I think you are all back like in the same place to talk about, I don't want to like go into heavy planning here. I want to get to the dinner. But I think let's talk about that dinner and the possibility of kidnapping out of Adama's hotel room. I mean, what are we talking? Like,
probably.
Well,
probably a rented house.
Or like a penthouse. A whole manor.
I'm sure.
Airbnb. Yep.
I'm sure there is some patio, like rooftop patio, that we could have a lovely dinner. That something could land on. Dudes on ropes could drop down on. People could be grabbed, zipped up.
I would suggest that Adama is also grabbed. She might not necessarily have to remain held, but it looks like it was not just an attempt on Udo. It was an attempt on kidnapping all three of them would be a bad idea.
Yeah, and I guess the other thing to make it interesting, even though it's NPCs doing the hard work, like how do we make it interesting from the PC point of view?
Mm-hmm.
I say I have no way to contribute to a kidnapping attempt in any way.
I'm very happy to try and keep Udo from escalating this. I'm very happy to try and say like, don't do anything. You'll be ransomed. You'll be fine.
She doesn't know you at this point. She's never met you.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm a guest. I'm a guest who's been brought in by the Mozzie family. And I'm also probably getting kidnapped. That's a great way to get my character out of the story for next session. So
there you go.
Yeah. So if we want to jump to action, I have an idea of.
Yeah, so maybe we have this dinner, and the premise is, hey, let's meet the team that's negotiating for the ships. Since Udo didn't know about it, here, let's give you more information so you can make an informed decision.
Yeah. Dangle the bait of knowing more about the deal because she's
frustrated. Love it.
That's brilliant.
Fantastic.
Chef's kiss me, Chef.
And now we're all in the same place and we can get kidnapped without it being.
That's great. Because I was wondering, why does she show up, right?
Yeah.
And Misha tells me why. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's good shit. Yeah, and I think it's this lovely this lovely house on the edge of the city, maybe overlooking the ocean, and you can see the lights from the space elevator in the distance, and letting you know, oh yeah, it's science fiction. And the yeah, I think she walks in. Uh, what do you think, Misha? Is she dressed like? Would the two of you dress in like ritual white, or would you be like in color?
This feels like a more formal occasion.
Yeah.
So probably white.
Yep.
Like she's trying to be a diplomat.
Right.
At this point. So yeah. It's a formal, buttoned up affair, as it were.
Cool. Yeah, I think she shows up. I think she's got the knife on her hip, her fighting knife. And she says, thank you for offering to share and bring me into this. I really just middle child shit being left out like that really drives me right up the elevator and down.
I mean, they only brought me in because you're the spare. I'm just like, yeah. Go on, have a drink. I'll introduce you to people.
Yeah.
This is Carrie Westergaard and Aiden Brookson.
It's good to meet you.
They are
I've heard a lot about
brokering this deal, I guess, is lack of a better word.
It's well, Aiden did all the hard work. I'm just here to facilitate the enormous wealth and security that your family is about to require, Odo. This could not have been possible without an expert negotiator like Aiden and your sister having the forethought to think of the security of Mozzie for eons to come. And she has a little data pad. I really want to get in her head that this is a good idea, even if she's not going to agree to it. I want to start the seeds of doubt that they did a lot. Like, I wasn't part of this. I'm just really impressed as an outsider. I think they did a really good job, and I'm not expecting her to be like, "Yay, pirates!" But I do want her to think twice about fucking the deal all to hell.
Right. I think she shakes Aiden's hand. She says, "Your mother was a huge part in making the peace deal happen."
I heard the story, so I wasn't involved, but it was the talk of the clan for months.
She's formidable. You have a very different presentation to you.
You're not the first person.
Boy.
I mean, yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think the energy is very different. I think the vibe. I didn't want to say vibe and energy, but
no, Adama says that anyway.
Yeah.
Got a different aura.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She says, "No, that's not what I meant." Anyway, so what is going on? What is the deal you're brokering?
Well, it's very hush hush. Which is why we've kept it, because we want to make sure nobody interferes. But come sit with me, and I try to get her to sit down at the table to dinner next to me.
Yeah.
And I have a little data pad, and if it's okay, I don't want to jump on your guys' thing. Any of you are welcome to the reveal, but
I was absolutely, because I don't 100% remember the deal.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. No, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. I say your family.
I think it's interesting if she finds out what it is.
Yeah. I say your family is about to come into the custody of a capital ship. Possibly the greatest naval defense any planet could ever ask for. You're going to have the ability to have autonomy free of, frankly, anybody. Pirates, guilds, Imperials even, offhandedly. And I dropped the little schematic of what we know so far, which is probably not much, but it's just enough to be tantalizing. And I say, of course, we have to keep this very quiet because there's a lot of people who would like to gain possession of this artifact. We still have to perform. We still have to go out into space and recover it. But it is Aiden's deal, they got us the coordinates for it. They got your family the coordinates for it. I'm sorry. I'm just here to help with provisioning. I'll make sure our ships go out well stocked.
Aiden, when Carrie started talking,
Yeah.
You noticed that Udo is wearing some kind of recording device. Do you have a skill or anything that would allow you to try to block it or stop it or
I've
something?
got electronics.
Make an electronics roll.
Nice.
Okay. Is that 2d6 plus 1?
Yep.
Okay. 5.
Yep. You try to block it and you don't. And you know that like she's either recording this or broadcasting it to someone.
Yep.
Nice.
Great. No easy way to kick somebody into the table.
Yeah. I feel like bribery is an appropriate role right now to try and get her interested, to try and sway her to this cause.
What can you offer me, Ms. Westergaard? This looks like a ticket to the war starting again, just with new toys.
I think the wars always start because somebody perceives that they have a target they can conquer. You don't want to be in that perception. You sitting on this ship is a deterrent, not an invitation.
Interesting. Yeah.
How would the Mozzie? I'm going to roll some dice if that's okay.
Yeah.
Consider how the Mozzie would have fared in the past, and all the naval encounters that went so poorly for you if you had the ship instead. Right. All right. I got an 8, and I add 1 because I got 1 in the skill. Right.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So I got a 9.
Yep. Cool. And your social standing is like a 10, right?
My social standing is a 10. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that is a DM or dice modifier, as they say in Traveler, of +1. So you're up to a 10.
Okay. Yeah.
And she says, you see like the wheels turn and she's like, oh shit, this could change. Like, this doesn't make my marriage null and void. This just changes what it means.
Sure. It changes the power dynamic. She's not getting power from him. Power over him instead.
Yeah, and she is suddenly sold on it. And she says, that sounds like a good deal. If I win tomorrow, we'll honor it. The Mozzie House always honors its deals.
Is she saying that because we've actually shown her the entirety of the deal, or she doesn't know about the bombshell part yet, or does she?
Oh, I don't think I've told her that. No, I haven't told her that.
What's the bombshell part? What's the bombshell part?
Yeah.
That 10 years after she ascends, that it becomes.
Oh no, she knows that part.
She knows that part.
Oh, she knows that part. Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. I was definitely not going to share the bad news. I was only sharing the carrot.
Yeah.
Definitely. Just
no. She knows. I think that like leaked out into the world.
Well, that was that. I told her last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we first met,
remember
that was what was going on.
Yep. She buys it.
I found out she was married.
I think she buys it. She says, Aiden, Kari, I'm glad Adama brought me here. I'm glad that she let me in on the family business. Ever since I entered into this marriage, something I did for the good of the planet, I've been treated like an outsider by my family, and my baby sister is the one who's treating me like I'm actually still her sister. And I think like her eyes well up and she says, I will honor this deal. It's a good deal.
Do you think your imperial ties would make it difficult if you win in the circle?
No, I think it'll be fine.
Do I believe her?
Um,
I believe her.
Okay.
I mean, that
I think you believe her, but you don't trust her.
That's
Right.
your instinct.
yeah, perfect.
she could be wrong. She could say that's what she wants
believes
to do.
that. Yeah,
She could believe it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as she's looking at you, Kari like has wide eyes and she's like, "Are we still on for plan?" You know, like she just. I didn't expect her to agree. I just kind of want. What I wanted to do was have enough seeds of doubt in her head that when the abductors came, she wasn't like, "Nah, to the death, fuck you, I'll kill you all right now." Right? I just wanted her to like soften a little. But now Kari's looking at you like, "Oh shit." I personally think we shouldn't be able to call off the abduction. I think it should happen no matter what. But I don't know. I don't know if we.
I did have the idea of would we have set up like a no go, a go or no go phrase that Pirate Shoe is listening, or Pirate Shoe, Captain Shoe, but maybe we didn't. I don't know. We're not professional kidnappers.
We're not professional kidnappers.
Yeah. So I guess the question is, does Aiden, who knows Captain Shoe, have a way to communicate?
Ooh.
No. Kill it,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
do you even want to
on the kidnapping case,
or do you want to? Because like Judge was saying, like even if she believes what she says, maybe she
I still don't
can't
trust her. Yeah, she still feels like a destabilizing factor to me. So
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have a skill roll to find out how the kidnapping goes, right? But
Sure.
I still kind of want to know how the kidnapping goes, and I kind of want to declaim responsibility and put it into fate's hands.
Oh, I have an idea.
Yeah.
I
love ideas.
I don't know how skills or whatever what the dice roll would be.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's easy to just say the kidnapping is going to happen. I think the important thing is, does Udo get what's going on? Does she realize one or more of us are in on it in some way?
Yeah. I also want to know who gets hurt, because I think the pirates getting hurt, Udo's guards getting hurt, Udo getting hurt, any of us getting hurt are all very interesting in the scheme of like how easy it is to just be like, whoops, just kidding. You know, if no one gets hurt, it's a lot easier to be like, cool. Our bad. You know.
Okay, so here's what here's we're gonna so each of you is gonna roll 2d6, and here is what you are determining. Misha, you are determining whether or not Udo realizes that you guys are in on it.
Okay.
Right? Is that kind of was that one of the things we wanted to know?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So a higher roll means she doesn't. A lower roll means trouble for you. Right.
Okay.
Aiden, you are rolling like overall heat. Like how loud is it? How much of a mess is it?
Yeah.
Right. And then Sean, you are rolling how bloody and violent is it, and how possible is it that, like, you know, on a low roll, you know, you guys are gonna have to make some rolls to avoid really getting hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I very in that regard, I very much see like my most important role in this whole abduction is when she goes for her dagger, to put my hand on her wrist and say, "Don't." You know, like you might be able to save yourself, but we're all going to get hurt. Like,
love it.
Nice.
Like, so that's. Are there any skills opposed to this, or are we just doing flat rolls?
I think we're doing flat rolls, but if you feel like you've got a skill, let me know.
I think I might. Like, if it comes down to like any sort of coordination on my part, I do have streetwise. I might have some input of like, here's how you do things quietly and avoid the local law.
Totally works. Yep, +1.
I'll take it.
All right. I want to throw in medical, because I think if people are getting hurt, I might be able to stop somebody from having a wound that goes from severe to fatal.
+1. Perfect.
Nisha, you got something?
I think jack of all trades, because we're trying to.
Like, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I kind of love that. +1.
Yes. All right. No one's getting hurt, babies.
So that's a 12 with the.
Oh shit! Nice. I got an 11, which I thought was great. So it was
Jeremiah,
how we doing?
Oh God, the face.
I got a 5.
A 5. Nice.
Okay, cool.
So a fair bit of heat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think all of you get taken, and the local city security gets notified, and we'll have that chase scene as the opening scene for next game.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
And that'll be fun. That was cool. Thanks, folks.
That's great.
That was cool way to play that out. Yeah.
Yeah. Is anyone? Last time we talked about like books and shows we were watching, and that was kind of a fun way to outro. Is anyone taking in any media or anything that that they are enjoying?
Good Omens season 2.
What are you watching?
Good Omens season 2.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I didn't realize that was out.
Yeah, it just came out
Pretty
Friday.
recently.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Awesome.
It's
I started,
really good so far.
I started watching C on Apple TV, which is it's post-apocalypse, 1,000 years in the future, but everybody's blind.
Yeah.
And then suddenly there's people that can see, and it's seen as a heresy and all that. It's
Nice.
pretty like it's clear sometimes they're not always thinking about what it would be like if like the one it took me out really early on the show because somebody said something about the scouts spotted something, and I'm like, that's not the word they would use. They wouldn't say
Yeah,
spotted.
they would say heard. They would say noticed.
Yeah, so sometimes there's little things like that you're like, somebody missed that. But
Yeah.
overall, it's still pretty compelling.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
interesting to see the little. I think one of my favorite things is like the way everybody's constantly touching each other because that's
Oh, right.
how they interact.
Yeah.
Like they're always very close and reaching out. I dig it. I like that.
Fun.
Yeah, for me, I've finished it, but I just absolutely loved Silo. I read those books years ago, and as soon as I saw a trailer for it, I immediately recognized it. Like in the first 3 seconds of the trailer, I'm like,
Yeah.
I know what this is. And it's everybody, Rachel Ferguson.
Oh, she's so good at it.
Is so amazing, and just like it's such a compelling story, and the rules of it, the rules of society are so like archaic and hard to understand, and I love that like element of it, the world building element of like these rules are so bizarre, but they have a reason.
Yeah, I was gonna say like one of my favorite things that comes out in that show, if we make assumptions about the setting, which I've never read the books, but like one of the rules they talk about is like you can't make like super magnification devices. At first that seems weird, but you start thinking about it and you're like, eventually that leads to like looking at atoms, right? And like that's where you get nuclear, like that's where my head goes. I'm like, there's this big long separation of what being able to look at things closely can mean, and they're just like, no, we don't do that.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's subtle, but I dig it.
Nice.
It's a good show. I like that one too.
Yeah.
Me too.
How about you, Judd? What's
I've been kind of obsessed with science fiction lately. I don't know why. Like I'm running 2 Traveler games a week and reading a space opera, and then I definitely didn't buy a mega blocks of a spaceship and put it like 7/8 together. You can't see the other side where
my son has that one.
It's so good. It's so good. I don't even like Halo, but it's such a cool ship. I'm just
it's
like
a very cool ship.
It reminds me a little bit of the thing that they were flying around in Aliens when they were in orbit. Anyway, I'm just sci-fi all the time right now. I have no idea why. I don't know why that's where my head is, but that's where my head is. And that's okay. It's good. It's fun, and I'm enjoying it. Cool stuff. Thanks, folks. I appreciate Sean. Thank you for coming in.
Hey, thanks for letting me be a guest star and also stir shit up.
Yeah, definitely keep Kari because I think she's cool. And if we have a spot open, we'll ask you if you can, and if you can, that'd be great.
I love it. I love it. That's
if they venture off into the deep void and it doesn't make sense for Kari to be there, we will roll up someone else because that's fun. So cool. Thank you everybody who was here for joining us. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop us a comment. Let us know what you think, your favorite part, or what's going on in your Traveler game, or what's going on in your science fiction game. We'd love to hear more about it. And we'll see you later. Good night, folks.
Bye all.
Oh, wait. I got to put up the banner because otherwise I won't know what's
we won't have Sean. Won't be able to figure out where it is.
Actually, I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now.
Keep it in for
Yeah. Judd's got it all down.
Which is fun.
The Google die roller. I should just get some real dice at my desk.
Real dice are so satisfying.
Yeah.
Did I show you my new dice? Oh, I